Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaimMD here. Today I have another moveset video guide for the Crown Tundra in Pokemon Sword and Shield on how to use Calyrex Ice Rider or Ice Rider Calyrex. This Pokemon is really cool and apparently it's tearing it up in doubles from what I've heard. So I'm pretty excited to get into it from a singles perspective, though I do think that they'll be running very similar movesets in terms of like what it can do, just because it's a high base power, like output Pokemon, but low speed Pokemon. So, Trick Room is like the first thing that comes to mind. And things like weakness policy as well. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't already subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I think I'm on my way to 254,000 subscribers at this point in time. And I upload competitive Pokemon, I upload Showdown Lives, I upload Wi-Fi battles. It's a great time. We're about to have Season 7, if I'm not mistaken, start up too, so that'll be a lot of fun too. But yeah, so Calyrex Ice Rider is a very bulky ice type and very strong ice type, right? Base 100 attack, base 165, base 100 HP, excuse me, base 165 attack, base 150 defense, 85 special attack, which doesn't really matter too much in this case, 130 special defense, and of course that low speed at base 50. It has a great ability as one, which is a combination of Unnerved and Chilling Neigh, which basically means your opponent's berries won't activate. On top of that, it's going to get a +1 attack boost every single time it knocks you out, so it's Moxie at that point. And it is Psychic and Ice, which is actually decent offensive typing when you pair it with the fact that this Pokemon gets like every great offensive move in the game, like compared to Spectrier, which gets like Shadow Ball and Mudshot as your options. So big shout out to Nora as well for the help, and later today we'll be showing off this Pokemon in a Showdown Live. And I'm also, I believe this is going up Friday, so I also have a subathon going up on twitch.tv/pokeaim at 6:30, so if you guys want to meet me there. But yeah, the first set aims to take advantage of its slow speed, as well as its really good move pool, and use that to its advantage. So the first move set is a Trick Room variant. I love that this Pokemon gets Trick Room on itself. That means it's going to be an offensive Trick Room attacker. So you're going to be running max HP, max attack on this thing for defense. Obviously you want to maximize your damage output. Your item is either weakness policy or life orb. Weakness policy is really cool, especially in a Dynamax metagame like Ubers currently, and obviously doubles as well, because it's a very bulky Pokemon, but being both Psychic and Ice, it has a bunch of weaknesses. But because it's extremely bulky, it's gonna always, or almost always, take a hit from a Pokemon. So you can get that weakness policy to double your attack, or +2 your attack. Of course, Life Orb is the more immediate strong one. Now, Trick Room can function on either full Trick Room teams or as a cleaner for balance. Glacial Lance plus High Horsepower offers good neutral coverage, and with a Life Orb, High Horsepower is a roll to Oko. Zacian. The last move is basically a toss-up. You have Seed Bomb, Close Combat, or Zen Headbutt. Seed Bomb allows you to deal with Kyogre and Quagsire in one hit. Seed Bomb with Max Overgrowth knocks out Kyogre, whereas Close Combat can give you the attack raise with Max Knuckle. And then Zen Headbutt is your stab for like maybe the random Toxapex that otherwise resist your other stats, but you do have the High Horsepower as well as a means of dealing with that. So it is an option. Sorry, I was just being called on Discord, so I just had to cancel that for a second. But yeah, so it really is up to you, but I think this is one of its stronger ones that it can just do work so easy, because it's so good at cleaning up in the late game. And Glacial Lance is such a great move too, if you guys didn't know. It's 130 base power, 100% accuracy, so like it's a it's a no drawback ice type attack. I guess the worst thing about it is the fact that it has really low PP at 8. So next up we have Choice Band. Now Choice Band aims to just do some immediate damage with Calyrex Ice, and just get that off without even abusing Trick Room, though you could use it on a Trick Room if you really wanted to. But the speed investment allows you to outspeed uninvestment Necrozma Duskmane and 2-hit KO Necrozma Duskmane 99% of the time after Stealth Rock with Choice Band High Horsepower. Of course, on a Choice Band set, your Glacial Lance is going to be crazy, man. Like even resistances besides like physically defensive Necrozma Duskmane are going to be taking so much damage from this, and because of its natural bulk, it's going to be checking Pokemon like Yveltal. It's even going to be taking on Shadow Rider Calyrex if it needs to in a 1v1 scenario, just because of that Choice Band. And yeah, so Glacial Lance and High Horsepower give you the most neutral coverage versus the Uber's tier. Your third move is either Zen Headbutt or Trick. Zen Headbutt is actually decent stab on a Choice Band set initially, just because it's super strong. And again, like being able to hit a lot of Pokemon for neutral, like the combination of, if they have Eternatus plus Toxapex, obviously High Horsepower will hit that for neutral, but like if they have Groudon as well or something like that, I don't think they'd be running Eternatus plus Toxapex, but if they have like Groudon as well, you're at least hitting neutral on that and higher than High Horsepower would be doing. But the other option is Trick. Trick can be used to actually cripple just any Pokemon, really. If you give something that's fat a choice band, it's not going to appreciate it, right? It can't heal, it can't do work. But for the most part, you're probably not going to be wanting to run Trick with this Pokemon. You're more than likely going to be just clicking buttons. It's either going to be Glacial Lance or High Horsepower. And then the last move is either Seed Bomb or Close Combat. Of course, like I said, Seed Bomb's good there for Kyogre. Which is, that's another thing that like Zen Headbutt's good for neutral on Kyogre plus Eternatus, and it hits harder than High Horsepower. That's a better one, I think, than Groudon. But Seed-Bomb's there for Kyogre. Also destroys Quagsire. Not that Choice Band Glacial Ice doesn't already. And again, when this Pokemon is picking up KOs, it is getting that +1 attack every single time. So it is putting in work every single time it attacks. But of course, Close Combat is another option. Just good neutral on steals. But it's also good for the +1 attack via Max Knuckle, giving you a boost on top of your already Choice Band. And obviously when you're Dynamax, you don't get the Choice Band boost, but when you're done being Dynamax, you go back to being a Choice Band Calyrex with another +1 on top of that. And the last set aims to take advantage of Calyrex's really good physical bulk, and just naturally great HP, and it's a physically defensive Calyrex Ice. There's not many Leech Seed immunities in Ubers, Grass types, Magic Guard users, or Magic Bounce Pokemon in Ubers, and so this can function by throwing out Leech Seeds while still having a decently strong stab attack. So it really still has just a great attack, just to let you guys know. With no attack investment, only 4 attack investment, this thing has 367 attacks, so you're still hitting incredibly hard. And on top of that, you can even take advantage of a move like Body Press because you're max defense. And again, having that Leech Seed is really good because it forces defensive Necrozma to Morning Sun up, and you can actually beat it 1v1 via Leech Seed plus Iron Defense. And it's really good too because if you pair it with something like Xerneas, if Necrozma does main is weakened, or even if you pair it with Zacian, if Necrozma does main is weakened, those mons can put in work. But your second move is either Protect or Iron Defense. Protect is good obviously for the Leech Seed recovery. You get a guaranteed turn of Leech Seed recovery after you've hit to get that recovery. And then Iron Defense can boost your Body Press, which is your third move. But if you want to use it still as a defensive sweeper, or just because this is a tank right now, but if you want to use it as a defensive sweeper, Iron Defense plus Body Press is the way to go. And of course, last move is always going to be your Glacial Lance. That's going to be your way of hitting really, really hard. But the item is Heavy Duty Boots. That way you don't have to worry about Stealth Rock and Spikes and Sticky Web maneuvers. But that's basically it. That's all we have for Calyrex Ice. I think it's a very strong Pokemon. I'm excited to use it on a potentially Trick Room team. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy it. Maybe you learned something. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe. I will see you guys later. If you want to come through to my subathon on twitch.tv/pokeaim, a bunch of my friends are going to be there. And that's it, guys. Goodbye, my friends.